Okay, but I don't know how to get that audio. Hold on, I have to fix my stream real quick. Y'all talk real quick.
Check, check, check. Talk, talk, talk.
Testing. 1, 2.
That doesn't work. Output capture. Location. There we go. Oh, okay, I can turn that down. Testing, testing. Okay, my music's playing. I don't know if I necessarily like this music, actually. No. I'm just going to play the groovy music and we're just going to make do. All right. So, we're live. Everybody's audio's good. Oh, you know what? I need to pull up the other screen. The combat cam, just so everybody can see your rolls.
Hey, Carl.
Hey.
All right, somebody roll. Oh, wait, don't roll yet. Come on, you bastard. All right, somebody roll for me. Beautiful. All right, fucking sick. All right. So, I'm going to tell you guys real quick how to play Honey Heist. It is so simple. So, everyone that's watching, we are going to run a little one-shot with a different system. It's a one-page RPG by this guy named Grant Howitt. He has written a bunch of one-page RPGs. And this is just one of many. I just have to pull up my rules. Like, I know how to play, but I want to read them to you guys so you, like, have them. I didn't start this stream as prepared as I usually do. Honey Heist, there it is. There's this, and there's this. Okay. Alright, so here is how you play. So each of you have a stat sheet, right? And there are two stats in this game. One is bear, and one is criminal. All right? So this is for you, Chris, to learn how to play. Anything you do in this game is going to be tied to one of those stats. So if you do anything that a bear does, you roll for bear. If you do anything other than what a bear does, that's criminal. Okay? And when you want to act, you roll a, like, whenever I say roll, right? You roll a d6. And if it is equal to or under your relevant stat, you succeed. Right? So you want to roll under your number. And the thing is, if you start going like if you start doing a lot of criminal stuff in a row and you're being really successful at it, I'm going to move your criminal stat upward. And when that happens, you see how you only have one token and the numbers go backwards for one and upwards for the other, right? So on your stat sheet, your other number lowers. Does that make sense? So you only have a total of 6 points. So when your criminal goes up, your bear goes down 1. So you're less likely to see it bear. So the problem is, you can voluntarily move 1 point from bear to criminal by doing a flashback scene in which you or the other bears plan out the heist over coffee and cigarettes in the back room of a seedy bar. And you can voluntarily move 1 point from criminal into bear by eating some honey. The point of this game is that you guys already made the plan. That's important to remember. You already made the plan. So that anytime something comes into question, you be like, okay, we'll have a flashback, and we actually already prepared for this, right? So it's very improvisational. The problem is, if your criminal stat ever reaches 6, it says you are lured into a life of crime and betray the party. And if your bear stat ever reaches 6, you flip out bear style and lose it, presumably to be picked up by animal control in a half hour or so. So that is the 2 stats of the game, and that you got to just make sure you maintain control of them. I will tell you when to move them up. You can try to move them down when you want.
I love how specific the animal control logistics are.
Yeah, yeah.
And they're busy on Wednesdays, so it might be 45 minutes today.
Exactly. All right, so the most fun part of this game, in my opinion, is the character creation. So let's start with whoever wants to go first. Oh, no, you start on 3. So see how that's got circled in the middle? That's your center, right? So who wants to go first in creating their character?
I can go first.
All right, roll me a D6. This is for your descriptor.
Okay.
So there are 3 little things on this, and this is sort of how you're going to play your character. Okay, so you got Slick. So you get to play your character as Slick. And then you need to roll for your type of bear. So when you roll, each type of bear has an associated, what they call skill, right? And your skill, if you ever want to use your skill in a roll, you get to roll 2 dice and pick the lower number. So it's advantage, right? And the skills vary wildly and are very much up to interpretation. We'll talk about that in a minute. Roll for a d6 to see what kind of bear you get. So you got a polar bear.
Okay.
All right, so your skill is swim. All right, so if anything, literally anything has to do with swim, you can use it. But here's the fun part. It's like Daggerheart, apparently, because I just learned this about Daggerheart, is the only, and like how we do skill challenges, the only thing is you have to sell me that it uses swim, right? So if you're like, I want to climb a ladder, that's kind of the same motions as swim, I'll be like, all right, fine, right? Do you see what I'm saying? You can be as up to interpretation as possible. And the last thing you get, well, as far as you're building your character, is your role. So your role in the party, and it's the same thing. You get advantage for your role. So go ahead and roll a d6 as well. All right, you got the driver. We might not need a driver for this adventure.
I'm gonna go again?
Yeah, go again. Wow.
I guess I'm a driver. It's dice is broken. Unless you want me to roll again.
I kind of do, because I don't really like... Okay. I don't think driver is going to be applicable.
4.
Okay, perfect. You're the hacker.
Hacker. Oh,
yeah, you're the
sweet.
hacker. So if you ever want to... You're a slick polar bear hacker. Okay? So that literally like...
That loves to swim.
That loves to swim. So literally using like... You can play this however you want. So the... Well, okay, we'll get in hats in a minute. All right, so that's your character. Go ahead and come up with a name and
already
work
got
this.
it.
Okay, all right, we'll work on that. We'll introduce everybody in a minute. All right, who wants to go next?
That's okay, guys. I'll go next, guys. It's
okay, all right, Chris goes next. All right, roll a d6, Chris.
Okay.
Oh, he's excited now.
1.
All right, you're the rookie.
Oh, yes! Yes! That's so perfect.
It's very thematic for the kind of character that you play.
Okay, wait, let me write this down.
Yeah,
Rookie. Okay.
And then you need to roll for your type of bear and your skill, so roll a d6.
5.
All right, you have what's called a sun bear. And they have an ability, their skill is sense honey.
Okay.
All right, now roll a d6 for your role in the party.
2.
All right, you got the brains.
Oh. All right.
So you're the rookie brains.
He's like insane. He's like seeing the Matrix, and all of a sudden he's like, "Oh, do you guys smell honey?"
The mob boss's kid they sent to college.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so go ahead, Eric. Roll a d6 for your descriptor. You also got slick. Let's do a different one. Roll again. All right, you're
4.
unhinged.
Oh boy.
That is
Okay.
definitely a word for Eric.
Yeah.
All right, and then 6 for your type of bear. Okay. Oh, this couldn't have been any more perfect. So they're in the type of bears. There is one bear that is not a type of bear. It is a honey badger. And you got honey badger. And their skill is carnage. Just one word, carnage, right? So this is the thing. You have to like convince me that your skill is applicable to anything you want, right? That's like my favorite part about this game is like it's literally so far up to interpretation. All right, and then do your roll in the group. Roll again. So 3 and 4 are no good. You're the
Or 5.
You're the no. That's good. You're the thief.
Okay.
You're the thief.
Okay.
That's what your role is. So you're like the safe cracker. All right, and then Brendan, last but not least. D6 for descriptor. We got that one already. Oh, no, 2. You're washed up. You're washed up. All right, and then D6 for type of bear. We have a sun bear. Do it. Roll again. Panda bear. All right, you are a panda bear, and your skill is eat anything that looks like bamboo. So you can eat anything that looks like bamboo. And you need to roll for your role in the party. We have a driver, a hacker, and a thief. So 3, 4, 5 is taken. You're the face. You're the face.
That's Panda. Makes sense.
Yep. All right. So now that you all have your characters, sort of, I need to explain one more thing. So this heist is going to take place where you are bears, and you are heisting in the human world with humans. The if you can talk is up to interpretation. If there comes a situation where like I need to talk to a human, you can kind of garble speech, I reckon. But if you want to blend in, as long as you have this next thing, you are indistinguishable from a person at a glance, and that is your hat. So each bear gets a hat. So I want each of you to roll a d8 to determine your kind of hat.
Right. 7.
Are you Eric wear a crown? London wears a Chris. You get to roll twice, so you get 2 hats. So roll 2 more dice. Will, you have a Trilby hat.
Is that like the bowler?
Yeah, I think it's like a bowler hat. And then Brendan, you have a fez. And Chris, you have a cowboy hat.
Oh,
and you
sick.
get one more.
Oh, again?
Yeah, you get 2 hats.
And a 3.
And a bowler hat. So what is a trilby? Oh, a trilby,
It looks like a fedora.
Fedora.
it's a fedora, yeah.
I mean, I'm the hacker, so it makes sense, you know.
Neckbeard.
hmm
Yes, 100%.
But I'm also slick.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you might be slick in your mind, right?
Alright.
Right. I wee like hacking things.
Yeah.
You had to all the ladies.
Yeah. My lady.
God.
I love him. All right, so does everybody kind of understand the premise of the game and how to play?
So can you take your hat on and off, like, whenever you want, and
This
then you're
is-
just, like, human?
So as long as you have the hat on, you kind of
Right.
pass as a human.
Right.
Not upon
Okay.
close inspection.
Okay.
But like if you're just walking through a crowd and they see this giant
Yeah.
bear with a hat on, you're good.
Husky lad, that husky cowboy. Is,
Yeah.
fits right in, okay.
Exactly. Okay. All right. So if everybody kind of understands, let's go ahead and introduce our bears, and we'll start with Will since he already has a name. So Will, what is your bear's name?
Yeah.
And what do you
Yeah.
look like? What do you like?
Yeah, so my bear is named Grizzle McDrizzle.
Grizzle
Oh.
McDrizzle.
Oh.
He is, like we just explained, he has a fedora, he's a hacker, and he is super suave, at least in his mind.
Yes.
Oh god.
He also, I mean, I don't know, like, can we add extra clothes on top of? Okay, he definitely has the carpal tunnel wristband. And he wears a vest as well.
Okay.
Yes.
I actually forgot a very important thing that we have to add. So I added a element to this game that was not there originally that I will always have forever, and that's a reason for going on the heist. Use this if you want, but before everybody introduces their character, this might change what they choose or what you choose. So I want everyone to roll a d8. If you get an 8, roll until you get something that's not an 8.
One.
Okay, it starts with Eric, right? All right. So
I rolled a 4.
okay, hold on. So Eric, you have lived in poverty and squalor your whole life. This score can finally give your cubs the life you never had. All right. Yeah. What did you get, Chris?
4.
Someone you love is dying, and this score buys the medicine that might save them. What did Grizzle McDrizzle get?
I also got a 4.
Okay, so someone you love is dying, or you can use it however you want, right?
Yeah.
This is just suggestions in case you didn't have any ideas. Brendan, what did you get?
6.
You owe your life to a crewmate rotting in a cage. This score breaks them out, or buys enough leverage to trade for their freedom. I came up with these, so we missed the one that says Don Bear Leone gave you a shot to repay a massive debt. Fail and you get the stinger. That's pretty good, right? Okay. All right. So we have Grizzle McDrizzle. Let's do Eric's character next.
Well, one more thing, just to
Yes.
finish that off
Yes.
based off that.
Yes.
My online girlfriend is dying.
I got you. I got you. There's a
She's
prince
an
in
AI
Ser-
and they're turning her off.
There's a princess in Serbia that's been emailing you.
Exactly.
You need the money. Okay, Eric, go ahead and introduce your character, please.
My honey badger, I'm gonna call him Calamity Kane.
Calamity Kane.
Absolutely fucking ragged looking, patchy, ripped out fur, one crazy eye bobbling around. He has so many fucking kids with so many different people.
Oh, Jesus.
I love him. He's like a
And if he
redneck.
doesn't- Oh yeah, full on redneck. And if he doesn't start paying child support, he's in hot water.
Gotcha. I love it. I love it. All right, Chris.
My guy's name is F Dub, short for FW, short for Fuzzy Wuzzy, and he has real big spectacles that he's always seeming to have to push up on the bridge of his nose, and he doesn't realize it, but he has the same online girlfriend as Grizzle, and she's clearly scamming both of them.
Oh, that's amazing. Okay. F-dubs. Okay. And then Brendan.
Rutherford Wimsby, who is just like, not like the old man washed up, but like the early 40s washed up.
I see.
I
see.
And so he's just like clinging to like late 2000s fashion, and
That's amazing.
Getting a little close to home here, Brendan.
just blasting new metal. But just has no sense of urgency to do anything.
Love it. Love it. All right, so we have Grizzle McDrizzle, Calamity Kane, F-Dubs, and Weatherford Winsby. All right.
Change your Zoom name, because I'm definitely going to forget.
Okay. This is going great so far, guys. Okay. So, I'm going to read you a little intro. I'm going to give you a little bit of information about the heist, because this is not usually how this goes, right? Usually it's all improv right there on the scene. But I am going to give you a little bit of information beforehand, as well as an intro scene, right? So we get the neon rain flickers on cracked pavements. Hold on, let me pull. I got to do some way more dramatic music for this. What is it called? Noir?
Yeah.
With an E at the end.
Yes.
So you know it's dark.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So, the neon rain flickers on cracked pavement. Somewhere in the industrial district, in the back of a dingy diner that never closed, a deal goes down. You're not here for waffles. You're here because a job this big doesn't come along twice. Your benefactor, Vinny the Pooh, that is, places a briefcase on the table. Inside is a dossier, stamped with the seal of Honey Corp. You know the rumors. Everyone does. A prototype strain of genetically enhanced super honey, so potent that the black market bidders are calling it liquid gold. Easily worth 8 figures if sold by the ounce, and Honey Corp is sitting on over a gallon of it. Locked in a triple sealed vault on the 47th floor of their R&D tower in the city. But 2 nights from now, they're hosting a private black tie shareholder gala. Low press, low profile. Just executives drunk on success. That is your window. You've made your preparations, gathered your gear, and mapped out the plan. Anything could go wrong once you're inside, but 2 things are for certain. 1, you're about to pull off the greatest heist the world has ever seen. 2, you're a goddamn bear. That's pulled directly from the one shot. You always read that line. You're about to pull off the greatest heist, and you're a goddamn bear. I can't take credit for Grant Howard's genius. So that is where we will begin. So I'm going to give you a little bit of information about what's going on. So the obstacles in the way. You have already planned for this heist, right? So just keep that in mind. You already know the plan. But the obstacles are get into the building. The front door has guards, stuff like that. Cameras and security guards. There is a security control room for the cameras and elevators on the 14th floor. You need to reach the vault, which is on the 47th floor, and it is accessible only from an elevator on the 46th floor. Floor 46 and 47 are restricted. They have key card locked elevators. Only lead scientists have clearance to enter this place. Lead scientists and 2 other people I'm about to mention here in a moment. The next step is you do not want to trigger the vault alarm. It is a 3-layer vault, 2 of which can be cracked. The final layer must be opened with a biometric handprint or with digital bypass with a special access code. Otherwise, it'll trigger the alarm. So basically, if you use the biometric handprint, you can open the vault without triggering the alarm. If you use the bypass code, then it will eventually trigger the alarm if it's open for like a certain amount of time. amount of time. I can't remember. Oh, 10 minutes. Right. It can be opened with just the handprint, but the vault will start a 10-minute countdown before authorities are alerted. Yeah. Oh, no, so it's the opposite. It can be opened with just the handprint, but the vault will start a 10-minute countdown before authorities are alerted. This does not happen with the access code. Does that make sense?
Gotcha.
Okay. The only 2 people have clearance for these things, and that's the lead scientist, Dr. Diane Ursowitz, or the CEO, Hal Glazman. The last 2 things are securing the score. Liquid gold must be stored in a temperature-controlled container or it destabilizes and sticks to fucking everything. And the last one is just escape. All right? But it's mostly just going to be making it up as we go. But you guys have already planned for this heist for the past 2 days. So we open at the tower, right? It's the gala, but it's low profile, only executives basically, and some scientists, like the employees and executives. And they're all walking in up like a red carpet into the building. What is your guys' plan to get in?
You guys remembered your server outfits, didn't you?
Okay. I have a vest already, so that's good enough. Wristband's gotta stay. I need it.
As long as you just look like you belong, you're fine.
Yeah. Ready, Black? Already got the fur for it. Don't need any more.
All right, so that's the plan. Is you guys are gonna go in as waiters, right?
Pretend we're waiters, yeah.
I love it. It's really good. All right, so so I do imagine that there is around back, there is a less monitored sort of employee entrance where like the guy has to take the garbage out, right? So there is like an employee elevator that will take you up and down from the kitchen, basically, like in that area. No, actually, I think the only elevator on that floor... All right, anyways. So all I need you guys to do is when you guys walk in through this back entrance, there's, one security guy smoking a cigarette by the door and another waiter. Real scrawny looking kid with like maybe 17, red hair, acne. And you guys need to like get past them at like you belong. So I need everybody to roll for criminal to like pass it off.
Do I get to roll 2 dice because I'm face?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know how. I played a bard for too long. I don't know how to do this without talking.
Well, I mean, you can kind of, talk a little. I mean, if you want to be able to talk, you can. Like maybe you're the one that learned English, I'm okay with whatever. This is literally just a stupid fun game. Do you want to say something? Yeah.
I can't think of anything particular. I think he just more so tries to cause a distraction and like stumbles around outside.
Right, because the security guard, as you guys go in, he's like, all right, where's your clearance IDs?
The numbers are to our advantage if we just want to jump this fellow. It's fucking 4 bears in one dude.
Yeah, man, shit just kind of happens for me. I don't know why this isn't working. Like, what's the fucking holdup?
Go ahead and roll for a criminal.
Yeah, just
I'll
do
let
that
you just
in
do it.
entitled
Yes,
confidence
yes.
of like, why are you asking me? Like,
I'll totally let it slide. So 2d6, take the lower.
all right, so 3.
Yeah, so you make it. Yeah. All right, so he's like, all right, well, just don't forget about it. All right, I mean, they're busy enough as it is. Boss is up my ass, and he like sucks a cigarette down, throws it down, and stomps on it, and you guys can make your way in, no problem. So you take the elevator up to the gala floor, which is the 30th floor. Yeah. Okay. So you guys go to the 30th floor, which is the gala. You come out in like a hall that is nearby. The kitchen is across the hall from you. This is actually one of the main elevators that goes through some of the floors. It's the public, or it's the private one for the employees. So it hits
Service
like,
elevator.
yeah, not a service elevator, but it does hit. It's the employee elevator, right? So you guys get into this gala, and yeah, across the way is the kitchen. You can see all the servers wearing their little bow ties and stuff. And there's a bunch of rich people all over the place. They're drinking like honey stuff, champagne or something, right? And
Mead.
yeah, mead. Yeah, exactly. And everybody's having a great time. Looks like there's some kind of raffle gonna go on here in a little bit. But it's mostly just schmoozing and, talking about how they're so happy that they have all this money. And the scientists are kind of looked down upon because it's like the shareholders and the scientists.
I think as part of my prep, he would have like gotten face profiles and all of like the most important people, like to understand like how they look. So do I recognize anyone who may have access keys or something?
Yeah, so you can see a couple of head scientists throughout the crowd. You also do make out Dr. Ursowitz, which is light brown skin, curly brown hair, glasses. It appears that she's wearing a red dress that she is not comfortable in, right? Because she's a scientist, but she's like tried to dress up for everybody, and she is in mid conversation. And then Mr. Glazman, the CEO, is blonde, slick hair. He obviously like is a runner, like he runs all the time. But he's wearing his suit, and he's the life of the party. Everybody's surrounding him. He's he's getting waiters and doing schmoozing.
What are the chances, as a thief, I could sneak away a tray of drinks so that I can get close to the CEO guy and try and pick his pockets? See if there's anything I could grab from it.
Yeah, I think that you could manage to. Okay, so how about this? As you guys are standing at the elevator, sort of taking a view around, a chef opens the door, and he's like, "What are you doing standing around? Grab a tray!"
Yeah.
And you all get like shouted at and cursed at in German/Russian. You're not foreign. You're not sure. So you guys are like offered trays almost immediately. Okay.
Perfect.
Cool. All right, so everybody can make a move. So Calamity, I'll get back to you. What would everyone else like to do?
I'm gonna take a tray, and then I'm going to look around and start acting like I'm going to be bringing it to somebody, and I'm going to try to sneak away from the gala and see if I can't start finding the next. So we're on the 30th floor. We have to get to the 42nd floor, right?
46th to 47, right? 47's the vault. 46 is the only place where there's an elevator to the vault. So
what was up with the 42nd floor? Was that where the
14 was
14 is the security control room.
Security control.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna look for an elevator that goes to the the 14th floor. We could probably get to from the employee elevator.
Correct.
Though.
Correct. But in your research, you think that you might need security clearance to enter that room as well.
Okay. I'm gonna start trying to find if there's an elevator or any sort of access stairwell that takes to the 46th floor from where we're at.
You can start looking around for that. I'll get back to you. F-dub.
Is the access code like something they punch into numbers, or is it like a... Yeah, okay. Are there any doors on this floor that have the access code requirement?
Yes, actually.
Okay. I'm gonna pretend I'm like serving drinks, but out of the corner of my eye, trying to look at the access code to see if I can at least memorize the pattern that
Okay,
they're like
so
punching it in.
so I got confused. So the vault has an access code that is specific to the vault itself.
Oh,
I thought you meant like security key card thing, and I think if that's the case, I'm gonna put you with Grizzle because you and Grizzle both notice an elevator that you have a feeling will get to the 46th floor because that's like past regular employees. Right now you like have to have scientist clearance to get into it, so you have to have scientist clearance to get into the 46th floor, and there is an elevator that currently has a keypad that is a key card thing that you can't enter this elevator. Does that make sense?
It's a key card swipe.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Rutherford, what would you be doing?
I guess just going around like handing out whatever hors d'oeuvres there are and trying to like going around and randomly eating stuff off of other servers' plates so that I can like draw a crowd. Like so there's only like a few plates with actual food on them to try and draw crowds in certain directions so that when we want to do something, I can divert people's attention one way.
Okay, so I'll start with you real quick. I want you to roll for bear to see if you can slyly eat snacks, because I really feel like slyly eating snacks is a bear thing.
All right. Is that with my skill too? So 2.
Yeah. Also, you're gonna use face. Yeah, that makes sense.
Or no, like the panda thing where they get eating.
What's the hors d'oeuvre that looks like bamboo?
Pigs in a blanket.
Damn it! All right, fine. Yes, I'll buy it. Music.
All right, good. I needed it. The second one was a 3.
Okay, so yes, you can successfully sort of navigate the crowd. You have like a long tongue. I imagine pandas have long tongues, so you're just like scoop up shit off of people's trays when they're not looking.
It's an entire sushi roll.
That's amazing. Okay, cool. All right, so then we get to Calamity. So Calamity, your eyes is twitching as you go up to you said you wanted to go to Glazman, the CEO?
Yeah, he's gonna make his way in that direction. To be honest, he's probably gonna be thinking about picking other people's pockets.
Okay.
But we'll see how going for the main guy first.
Okay. So you can see Hal Glazman. He has this very boisterous, he's very loud. He seems like a trust fund kid. And he is, entertaining the crowd. What are you trying to get off of him? Like, what are you trying to get?
Well, first of all, if he has like an access key card or anything in his pocket.
Okay.
Barring that, I'm just gonna steal his wallet.
Okay. Why don't you roll for criminal for me, and we'll see what you get.
All right. As a roll of thief, do I get anything?
You
from
do,
that?
yeah. You can use advantage on it. Okay, so
5 and a 1?
with the 1, I'll say you walk by and with your hand behind your back, grab onto his belt, and you can unclip what you realize to be a key card. And you feel like you got enough time to take his wallet too if you wanted to.
Yeah.
All right, so you grab his wallet too.
See the wallet, his lazy eye notices the
locks
wallet.
in. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, cool. So you have Hal Glazman's wallet and access card.
Okay, cool. I guess he'll start making his. With the 1, can I do one more thing?
What do you want?
Can I unbuckle his belt?
All right, you can have the wallet or the belt.
I'll take the wallet.
Okay.
Damn.
All right, so after F-Dub and Grizzle, they sort of scope out the door. They realize, oh, we're going to need a key card. You see Calamity Kane heading towards you. Rutherford's gathering a crowd, sort of moving people. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of what you're doing, right? Is you're, like, putting people where you want them, right? Okay. Well, while you guys are doing that, you guys hear a loud rumble from way down at the bottom of the tower. And suddenly, the lights cut out, and there are a red, what is it called? Flaxen light kind of comes on, right? And then suddenly, doosh, 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 metal plates come down to protect the windows, right? And everyone's in a panic, like, what's going on? Oh my God, what's going on? The power cuts back on. The shields are still down. And hold on. A elevator right next to where Grizzle and F-Dub are. This is like the main not employee elevator, right? Like the other one where everybody kind of, all the gala people came from. It, ding! The doors open up, and standing there is a grizzly bear. No, he's a black bear. And he wears a fedora and a red suit jacket, right? And he has a massive polar bear standing next to him with a tiny little bow tie on, carrying a machine gun. And there is a bunch of other bear and, what are they called? Honey badger goons that also have, like, masks up over their face or ski masks on and machine guns. And they step out of the elevator, right? And this red suit guy, he says, "Good evening, shareholders, scientists, and sweet-toothed capitalists. My name is Nikolay Berislav, and tonight I will be relieving this hive of its honey." And then suddenly the goons begin shooting up in the air. And they're moving people, and people are screaming. And he will say, "Now before anyone does anything heroic, know this. I do not want to hurt anyone. I just want what's in that pretty little vault upstairs. Stay still, stay polite, and you'll be back to your champagne and speeches before the night's over. But interfere, and things get sticky." And he pulls out like a long revolver from his jacket and fires it into the air one good time, right? And people are screaming. And he'll say, "Now then, where might I find Dr. Ursowitz? Mr. Glazeman? We need to have a little private chat." And he moves into the crowd. Now, while this is happening, the goons step out. They have machine guns, ski masks, the whole nine, jumpsuits, and they are herding people as, like, hostages. So that is the current situation that you guys find yourselves in. What would you like to do?
Can we sneak into the kitchen before we get herded into the masses?
Yeah, you can try, yeah.
Okay.
Is that what you all want to do? So you meet up while this is happening and try to sneak into the kitchen? All right, you guys slip into the kitchen. You only got a little bit of time because the goons are starting to open doors to, like, side. You know how, like, at conventions there's, like, a big room and then there's, like, little side rooms off of the big room? This is kind of like this. It kind of looks like that, too. So there's other side rooms. And they're bursting open doors. You know, there's, like, a couple making out in one. He's like, "Get out of there! Get out of there!" You know what I mean? So they're coming. So what would you guys like to do?
On our way to the kitchen, do we pass any of those side doors they would be opening up?
No, I imagine that's on the opposite side of where you guys are right now.
Is there a dumbwaiter in here?
Yeah.
How big is it? I mean, we're bears.
No, absolutely
so.
not. Oh, you know what? Calamity could fit in one, maybe. I will say, to that, there is air vents. Just for your knowledge.
Well, don't you guys recall those schematics I showed you? The blueprints of the building?
Actually, I was gonna say, like, as part of our pre-heist flashback scene, could we have had right before we went in here, sitting in like a ice cream, like a Klondike bar truck outside,
Yeah.
with inside is like a dark red room, and I'm sitting there with my laptop, and I'm like already like trying to pre-enter the mainframe so that I can access the security system remotely from my iBear phone.
Okay. So you kind of want like a little bit of limited access from a laptop or a phone on you?
Yeah, so if I have a phone,
Yes.
I can basically check the security cameras.
So you totally can. So why don't you actually roll for criminal for me real quick to see how well that is?
Okay, can I roll with my hacker
100%.
skill?
100%. Okay.
Yep, 1.
So you did do that, and you did have access to like all the security cameras. You turn it on. You realize that the feed is not the feed that you gave or that is happening right now.
Oh, shit. They're good. They're good. These guys are professionals.
Yeah.
That means we also can take advantage of that, though, right?
Yeah. If security cameras aren't looking.
Possibly. I'll give you a full security readout, actually. So the building is locked down, so you can't leave. Unless you... It has something to do with there needing to be, like, a fire marshal to, like, clear it before it can be unlocked or something. So right now, that's not an option. But all of the elevators are locked. No access to no elevators. They're not running. There is only one elevator that is running. It's the maintenance elevator that runs the entire length of the building, except for it does not have a stop on the 47th floor. There's also stairs, obviously, but those stairs that reach the higher levels need a key card. Which, yeah, Calamity, you can.
We need to get out of here first.
Do we make for the do we make for the service elevator or the stairs? Which way do we go?
Air vents. Air vents. Can't get out of the kitchen.
I mean,
Sure.
I think he's right. I don't really know how else we're gonna go out without getting caught.
I'll do the boost thing to start lifting people up.
All right, so you guys are going through the air vents?
Yeah, I'm just gonna, while we're in the kitchen, I'm just gonna grab a bunch of like oils and grease and shit.
Sure.
Just for later, just
Sure.
so we have it.
Sure.
I was actually gonna say, could I grab a cooler with ice, knowing that the honey has to be transported?
You totally can. You totally can.
Bro, that was fucking smart. Good job.
You totally can.
Calamity wants to be the last one through the vent for a reason.
Okay. All right, so everybody, Rutherford, you climb up, and then Calamity, you're left.
With my prepared bag of thieves' tools that I have,
Okay.
I imagine I have a pair of snips in there.
Yeah, sure.
And Calamity is going to reach behind a stove and snip off the gas line before crawling to the vent.
Shit! Okay, cool. Very cool. All right, you totally do that. You can hear it hissing a little bit, because it's very subtle, but you could smell it. Yeah, you totally do that. Okay, and then you guys climb up into the air vents. Okay. So I will say, Grizzle, with your hacking phone thing, you can have like a vague idea, but the problem is you can't guide these people very well unless you are in the security room.
So I got to get down to the 14th floor. Or, right, 14th or 12th.
Yeah, gotta go down to go up. So
Make for the maintenance elevator.
Yeah, I guess we just ride these vents to a. I mean, I imagine vents would go to a maintenance room eventually.
Yep. Sure. Okay. All right, so you guys can follow the vent to a maintenance room, and then I imagine, you know, like F-Dub falls through first, and he like kind of drops and sprawls out, and then the rest of you kind of fall out of the vent. Big ass vent, fucking massive fucking vent. They got the air
Industrial.
conditioning from hell in this place. So you guys drop down into like a maintenance room. Yeah, I imagine it's still on the. You can go on the next floor if you wanted. Like you could go a floor up if you wanted.
Well, we got to take it down to 14
Okay,
regardless.
so you can go up or down one way or another. You find like the way to go up or down. So you can come out in a maintenance room on either the 29th or the 31st.
29th, I guess. Just
Okay.
Yeah, might as well.
one less floor to go down.
All right. So you know that the maintenance elevator is right outside this door of this closet that you're in. You know, there's like the yellow bucket with the mop and the radiator and all kinds of stuff in here.
All right, so yeah, I guess we'll just, pop the door open a little bit,
Yep.
sniff.
So there is 2 guards, robbers, with the ski masks. And there is an unconscious guard in this long hall. It's like a long hall that takes a right? And like all the windows are barred down, right? And there's an unconscious security guard for the building. And then 2 armed bear people in like ski masks and bowler hats that have just knocked this guy out, and they're like dragging him away. They have walkie-talkies. You might even hear one be like, "This floor's clear."
It would be advantageous to get our hands on one of those walkies or the security guard's card, but if they think it's clear, perhaps we just jump to the elevator and go down now unseen.
But they're guarding the maintenance elevator, aren't they?
They are in this hall. You can wait a
Oh.
little bit, and they might leave, but they are currently in the hall where they could see you if you left now.
Yeah. If they're dragging the guy, I was going to wait for
Right.
them to like drag the security guard and then.
Is that the plan?
What do you think, Rutherford?
Yeah, it's either that or convince him there's a bunch of people scurrying around in the air vents and they gotta go up there to chase him out.
I'm just the rookie. It's not my call.
You know what? Could I actually can I bust out my is it okay if I have like a bear phone that I can do like some hacker stuff from? Is that...
I'll let you know. Like, you rolled for that, and you got a success, so...
I'm talking like, like can I quickly go on there and download a walkie-talkie app
Oh, and see
and
if you
try
can...
to tune their frequency?
Oh, hell yes. Roll for hacker.
1.
Okay, so move your criminal up 1.
Yep, that's fair.
And yes, you can tune into the walkie-talkie channel.
Okay. Be like, I'm gonna go ahead and get them away. Be ready to go. And I'll like talk into the walkie-talkie app and just be like, we got runners on the 29th floor on the far side from the maintenance elevator. They're going.
So, the problem is, when you say that, you hear Russian back.
Mm.
And they sound angry. But do any of you speak Russian?
As the brains of the operation, I'm going to flash back to my summer abroad after high school, where I went to fucking the Kremlin, following this girl that I fell in love with to try and impress her,
Ugh.
and I picked up a little bit of Russian.
Oh my fuck, that is amazing. Okay.
The Russian mail order bride.
Hey Chris, do you see how easy this game is? So, yes, you can totally know like limited Russian, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so the response that you get, it sounds like this big, like deep Russian bear that you it's probably that polar bear, the big polar bear that you saw earlier.
Sure.
And he will say, "Who the fuck is this?"
Oh, they're asking who it is, Grizzle.
Talk to them.
Oh, this is flat 29th floor, far side, far side.
You gotta roll for this. Roll for criminal. You got it. Yep, you got it. So he's like, he says, you know, chase after, you know, get after them. You know, we don't want any runners. Stick to the plan. Stuff like that.
Good. I think they bought it. We might have ourselves a window here.
Hey, F-Dub, let's go.
Okay.
Do the people dragging
Yes.
that security get they bolt
Yes,
it? Yeah.
yes.
Go.
All right. So you guys turn the corner. There's the maintenance elevator. You do need the key card, but that's okay because Calamity has Hal Grossman's one, or Glazman's one. So you blink, hit the key card, jump into the elevator. No problem.
Alright, I guess down to 14 then.
Okay. You guys get on the radio. You can hear somebody speaking in English, right? And he says, Stikowski, we got a problem here. Looks like somebody opened the maintenance elevator on the 29th floor. Looks like they're headed down. And Stikowski, the big bear, will say, it is probably runners. I will send units to next floor down. And he's like, he says, he'll say, all right, well, that's our elevator up. So we can't go to the vault until that elevator's back down. So we're going to hold it out here for now. And Stikowski's like, you know, good plan. Wait it out for now. Don't take the stairs. Actually, no. He says take the stairs. And the dude's like, okay, we got the security camera systems set up. For now, we're leaving. And they're going to take the stairs. Okay. That is what you guys hear as you are heading down to the 14th floor. Okay.
Are they still sending units to the
29?
elevator?
Yeah.
Oh, to
no,
29.
to the
Okay.
They're sending them to the floors down, right? Because they're more concerned about like people running.
Right. Well, we might have a window into the security room then.
All right. So you guys hit the 14th floor. Ding! The doors open. Immediately, smoke pours into this room. As you look around, the walls are charred to shit, and there are dead guards everywhere.
Oh.
It appears that that loud explosion that you heard was in this room, in this hall. And potentially, like, the security barracks. But you can see a room that is, like, the door's still fine, and that must be where the security cameras and stuff are, like the security control room.
Probably through here.
Yep.
Better not have damaged the computers.
Right. So you open the door, and yeah, the towers and everything are fine, although there is, like, some smoke in here, and, you know, stuff is knocked over a little bit. It appears that they kind of rummage through stuff. Now, Grizzle, I want you to... Well, how about this? What do you guys want to do? This is what you see.
Do you want to play point here, Grizzle, and direct us? You're the eye in the sky now.
What means do we have means to communicate if we get separated? I mean, I have my phone.
You guys
Yeah,
can have
that's
earpieces.
why we brought these walkie-talkies.
Yeah, you can have earpieces or whatever. Yeah, 100%, bro. That you definitely could have brought that beforehand, for sure.
Yeah, then you guys go get the honey. I'll be here watching.
Okay.
Fire up, like I do like the wrist crack, you know. And I sit down in this chair that's way too tiny for me.
Yeah. Dude, and then you're just the dude from South Park, like the absolute slug playing World of Warcraft.
Cool. Very cool. All right. Yeah, you can totally get set up in here. So what is your first plan of attack?
So, what are we getting from here? Just like, can we get codes from this place, or?
Do you want to see what you can do about that?
Yes, if I can. Oh, go ahead.
My plan is to chew through wires until firewalls start coming down. So you probably got something better.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to hacker man, hacker bear my way and start trying to retrieve. Because, well, I want to first, like, if I can find if the Glazeman's key card, will that get us all the way up the elevators, up 47, and then through the vault?
So if you didn't have Glazeman's card, you would need to hack it. But currently, because you have Glazeman's card, that will access 46 to 47.
Okay. And looking at the schematics, there's the maintenance elevator is running, but can I try to find out why the other elevator isn't running?
Yeah, so what they did is they got a USB in there that does all the hacker stuff or whatever, right? Like, apparently they have a hacker too. And they have, like, a USB in there, and they have set it up where it's live feeding the cameras old footage, right? So that it doesn't look like anything bad is happening. And the other thing is they have shut down all the elevators except for the maintenance elevator and the one that goes from 46 to 47. And from your, like, hackery knowledge, actually, roll me hacker real quick. Roll me criminal.
I gotta be careful with all these criminal rolls. 2.
Yes, so you can actually sort of glean into their plan, right? So as you're, like, looking through what they've been doing, like pull up the records of what just happened, right? You... Excuse me. Excuse me. You can see that they are planning on hacking the... like, one half hacking, one half... safe cracking 2 of the layers of the vault. So they must have a thief and a hacker, and they work together. And they both killed this floor, set up the security so it does it by itself, and then left to go crack the safe. That's what you can glean, right? So you understand, like, at least that a little bit of that plan. The other thing is, you know that the security code, the one that you're looking for, as you, like, go through the computer, it changes every hour, and the only way to access it is on a computer outside of the vault itself. So on the 47th floor, or on the 47th floor is a computer that generates every hour a new code. So even Glazeman and Homegirl don't just have it automatically. They just have access to get it.
But that's good, though, because we have Glazeman's card.
Yeah.
Yes, that means we have access.
Maybe.
Can you override this, Grizzles, that only we have access to the elevator here? If they're taking the stairs up, maybe we can beat them up there.
Can I?
For once, the clacky keyboard just, like, came in so close. Okay, yeah, you 100% can do that. You don't even have to roll because you already rolled earlier. Like, that was you roll to understand the system kind of thing.
Cool.
So also what you can do if you want is download or, like, hook up your phone to the system where now you can control it from your phone and you don't need to be in this room if you wanted to.
Oh, yeah. That'd be perfect.
That's way better.
Yeah. You just needed to be here to do that, right? You got to put your USB in, right? So now that you have your like signal decoder thing in, you can sort of access the security from your phone anywhere.
Perfect.
Well, if you can get this elevator on an express route to 46, let's jump in.
Yeah?
Right then, let's do it.
Okay. All right. You guys can head back towards the maintenance elevator, if that's what you want, yeah?
Well, do we want to do the maintenance elevator or the main elevator? Because the maintenance elevator is going to be kind of under watch because we just goofed that.
True.
Does the other one, the main elevator, go to 46?
There is an employee elevator, the one that you took, that will go to the 46th. You just have to hit the key card in the elevator.
Your guys' call.
Done.
I don't care.
All right, so you guys want to go to the 46th then?
Think so.
From
Calamity.
the employee elevator.
Yeah.
Okay. No problem. You guys head over to the employee elevator, stepping over guard dead bodies.
Stealing rings, taking watches.
Okay.
Yeah.
You do notice, Calamity, the guards have guns too.
Ooh, I'll take one of those.
Yeah, they have handguns. They don't have like machine guns like everybody else. But you could totally take one of those. Okay.
Still, this is cool as fuck.
Toss me one. Toss me one of those.
Anybody who wants a gun can have one. Who takes a gun? Calamity definitely takes one. And F.
Rutherford takes like 3.
Oh man. Okay. Cool. All right. All right. So you each grab like a handgun and some ammunition, like another clip of ammunition, just in case. And you head over to the employee elevator, and you want to take it up to the 46th, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You go up to the 46th. You're riding in the elevator, and it's playing that like, doop 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 doop. As we're like, you ever seen that scene in the live action? I know this is such a bad pull, but from the live action Ninja Turtles, where they're in the elevator and they're like beatboxing.
No.
It's
Such an obscure reference.
It's pretty fucking funny, but it's just like these giant, because you know they're giant in the live action movie, so they're all crammed into this little elevator and they like start dancing and shit. It's fucking funny, but that's what happened to you guys. And you guys head up to the 46th floor. The door dings and begins to open, and suddenly you're under fire.
Oh.
Right? As you duck back behind the sides of the elevator, you peer back and you can see 2 bears. They are both sun bears, and they both wear cowboy hats and bandanas. One of them has the whole I am hacker look, and the other one has the whole I am thief look. These are, what was their name? Mick something. Hold on. I have a name for these guys. Buzz and Kane Honeycutt. And they are firing at you. Oh no, they have revolvers too. They have dual revolvers because they're like cowboys. So they have dual revolvers as they're firing at you. And they say, what the fuck are you doing up here?
Dude, chill. We came to back you up.
Nah, I'm here to I'm only rendezvousing with what's the fucking bad guy's name? The bad guy and his minion. Barislav and Stikowski. That's it. And unless you're Hal Glazman or Dr. Ursowitz, which I doubt, you got some splaining to do, Lucy.
I mean, this ID card says otherwise, so like, I'm pretty sure I am that guy.
You're gonna use brazen confidence again? Alright, I'll buy it. Roll for criminal. This has got to be criminal.
But yeah, just like, well, it's either we're gonna get out of this or we aren't.
And
So.
I'm not gonna let you roll with advantage. This is like
Yeah,
advantage,
no.
disadvantage, balance out kind of thing.
But just like, no, I have the access card. Like, I am the guy.
Yeah, you
Like-
should. 2 bear claws stick the ID card out.
Nope.
Nope.
Oh.
There's. Okay, so there is a shot fired, and it
Oh,
goes
no.
through the center of the key card,
Oh, shit.
ruining the key card. And he says, "We ain't got all day, and I imagine you ain't either. Bearslav and Sikorsky will be here any minute."
F-Dub has the revolver and it's triggering in his hand because he's never held one before. And a shot accidentally goes off in their direction.
Okay.
Accidental discharge.
Okay. It does that. Are you trying to hit them with your accidental discharge? No.
Not really,
Tell me, what would you think happens? Tell me.
Yeah, I think it like inadvertently starts like a gunfight.
Okay, it inadvertently starts a gunfight where they take cover, and now you guys have opportunity to get
Yeah.
out, right? So you can sort of get out. So this room is very much like a lobby. There's couches, coffee tables, stuff like that. Lamps and busts and stuff, paintings on the wall. Very like hotel lobby looking. And they like kick over the coffee table, jump behind the couch, and now it's a gunfight. So now what? The elevator is on the opposite side of the room, like where they are. You have to get past them to get to the elevator.
Can I try to bear crawl? Like so being a polar bear, I swim to catch fish.
Uh-huh.
I'm good at like getting low and like kind of moving quickly across.
Uh-huh.
And can I try to do that to like scurry from cover to cover until I can try to maybe flank them?
Okay. Roll for bear. 100% bear. And yeah, you can have advantage if you want.
1.
That's good. That's good, because your bear's not very good. So yes, you do crawl across the ground real low. You know, bears, when they want to hide, they just cover their nose, because that's the only thing that you could see in the snow. They just lay down and cover their nose. So that you just instinctively cover your nose and crawl across the floor, and it totally works. They do not notice you. So you can get like, I mean, what happens next? Explain to me how it goes next.
As soon as I have them in a good flanking position, I'm gonna try to basically force them from their cover by like just like popping off a few shots in their direction
Okay.
to try to draw them out.
Okay, yeah. So you fire off a shot. One of them stands up, right, and aims his gun towards you. So you're gonna have to like matrix roll out of the way, right? But one of them standing. Does anybody take a shot at him?
I
Absolutely.
throw a gun at him.
So you just chuck the gun all the way across the room and knocks him square in the fucking head. Roll for bear. Roll for bear. Let's see how well it goes. Or yeah, they're the same. Roll for bear. It's like how strong you are at throwing a gun. Yeah. So you take this gun, toss it across the room. It knocks him square in the fucking head, and he goes out cold in an instant, right? And the brother goes up to him and is like, Kane, no, don't leave me, brother. And he stands up and is like last ditch effort, gonna try to shoot at somebody. So I think Rutherford, he does shoot you in the shoulder. And then since Calamity's like the fucking chaos, he said you already said, Eric, you were shooting too, right? Like you were gonna go fucking crazy.
Yeah, I guess on the last one out, middle of the room, no cover, 2 guns. Just bullets going everywhere,
Yes.
shattering out lights,
Yes.
shooting pictures off the wall.
Absolutely. And as Rutherford, you're staring down the barrel of a revolver, right? Calamity just 12 shots into this guy. As he, slow motion. Oh, takes the bullet. Oh, my brother. And then he dies.
Just like that song by my favorite band, the Foo Fighters. There goes my hero.
So that is what happens. So the room is clear, except for now it's just bullet casings all over the place and shattered mirrors and torn up couches, and this place is a mess.
Is it over? Poke out from the elevator.
Oh man, that was so quick.
Okay.
let's not waste any time then. Let's get to the elevator up to 47.
Hey guys, what's black and white and red all over?
These guys.
Pando got shot.
That is just such inspiration worthy if inspiration was a thing in this game. That is hilarious. Okay, yes. So yeah, Rutherford's shot, guys. He's got a bullet wound in the shoulder.
Just taking ice out of the cooler and
No, I mean, we packed some medical stuff, yeah.
Okay, who's
A roll of duct tape.
who's good at using the medical stuff?
So the honey badger has carnage,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna take that as he's not squeamish about blood and guts and
Sure.
cuts and scrapes.
Okay.
So he can go in there and dig the bullet out with his little claws and.
All
put a
right.
bandage on top.
I guess carnage
Probably
does
will-
kind of sound like bandage.
Without Winsby actually asking for it, he just kind of.
yeah. I mean,
does
are you
it.
gonna try to play it off?
it's definitely like it looks way worse than it actually is, and then he makes it as bad as it looks.
All right. Yeah. All right. Roll for criminal. This is a criminal thing for sure.
With advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. One.
Yep. Yep. You got it. So you dig in there, pull the bullet out. No sweat.
Can I keep it?
Fine.
All right. Drop it in a pocket. All right. You guys want to take the elevator? You ready?
Yeah.
All right.
The hacker guy, did he have any? He was the hacker, right?
Yes, there was a hacker
he have,
and
like,
the
a
safe cracker.
Did he too have a hacker phone?
Oh, I imagine he has a more rudimentary laptop.
Yeah,
but yes,
that's fine. I smash it.
Okay, you smash his laptop, all the shit, no problem.
Perfect. Make sure that they can't follow us.
They have like a duffel bag of safe cracking tools and stuff. The other guy does.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Uh-huh. All right. And you guys are heading up the elevator. So this elevator is a lot more formal than the other elevators that had like carpet in the floor and stuff. And like a picture of the elevator maintenance official of the year or whatever. But this one doesn't. You ride up to the 47th floor. With your... Oh.
No, the key card got
The
shot.
key card got shot.
Fuck.
Oh, but you can
Now-
hack it, but you have to roll for it.
I know.
I-
I
I do have the guy's wallet,
Okay.
and I'm betting this guy is not very good about keeping passwords.
Okay.
When's his
He seems
birthday?
like-
All right. Ooh, this is tough. Okay, I want Calamity. I want you. This is a luck check. So D6, even or odd. You know the deal.
Even.
Okay, even. You get what you want. Yes.
Ooh.
So either, I imagine actually it's a Chinese fortune cookie paper, and on the back of it is like it says backup password, and then it has it written on there. So this is just in case he forgets his key card, right? So this isn't like the code for the safe or anything, but this is definitely like you can punch in, and yeah, it is his birthday. So you can punch
Gets
in.
to write down his own birthday.
So you punch it in. Well, there's a 0 in front of the 2 or whatever, right? So he has to. So you can type it in, and yeah, it ding opens up. No sweat. Awesome. That is fucking hilarious. All right, so you get to the 47th floor, and this room is like all white fluorescent, right? White tile floor. It looks very clinical, right? And one half of the room is like a computer system. The other half of the room is a vault door, like a massive metal vault door. It all looks very electronic, right? This is the vault.
Well, the first thing Calamity does is scuttle his way up to the vault door.
Yes. So there are, like I said, there's 2. Let me double check my notes here. It's a 3-layer vault, 2 of which can be cracked. So one of them is a hacker cracking, and the other one is like safe cracking. If you do really good safe cracking on the second one, then he can automatically hack this. Or if you do really good cracking the first one, he can automatically hack the second one without a roll. But the final layer must be opened with a handprint or the code, the access code. Access to the access code is its own check and like deal.
But there's also a computer up here on this floor that generates a code.
Correct, but you have to like know what you're doing to get to it. So again, it's going to be Grizzle making a lot of rolls.
Not great for me getting close to criminal.
Yeah, because I will give you another one on
Yeah,
if you.
I figure. I mean, I got like my little like almost like an inhaler, but it just injects honey in case I ever get too far gone.
No, it's like one of those like honey scented air fresheners, like.
Okay. So what do we want to do?
Do you want to try and get through the first seal first?
Calamity up first, right?
Isn't it hacking first?
No. No,
Oh, I
safe
thought it was
cracking
hacking first. My bad. Yeah, Calamity. By the way, this entire time he's like been fucking cracked out and shaking. This is the first time he's actually been like very
Calm.
steady and still.
Yes.
Yeah. As he, I assume, like puts his ear to it and starts like fiddling with knobs or whatever he can to listen to it.
Yes. Well, I imagine this is one of the ones where you mount the drill on it, right? And you do still have to listen and like know what you're doing, but you mount the drill on it and push in and sort of hit the right things. You know what I mean? Safe, like real big safe cracking.
Like honey badgers, the way like some of the way they hunt is like they poke for soft spots and
Yeah.
trunks.
Oh, fucking beautiful. Yes, that's great.
That's what he does.
Yes,
Yeah.
I love it. Okay, cool. So
So-
go ahead and roll for criminal. Yeah, and you.
Why do you know so much about honey badgers, bro?
Why don't you know more?
Yeah.
Exactly.
You're the weird one.
Ooh,
Oh no.
man.
All right, so
bad.
with double sixes,
Uh-oh.
you've been focusing and you hit a spot. And Grizzle, as you're like doing your hacker thing on the computer in here, there's like a flash, right? And it has started the 10-minute countdown. You still have a chance to crack it, but you have 10 minutes before the security is alerted.
Oops.
Like authorities are alerted.
And that's one more down on criminal.
Yeah, I did want to give you a criminal one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So,
So do I get through the first lock, or is that just like a straight fail?
You can get through the first one. I'll say you can get through the first. There's no point in keep rolling over and over again. This is just fail forward, right? So
that's right.
now you only got 10 minutes.
Do we think we're gonna try and leave and come back here? Because I could try and shoot through the elevator cables.
how else are we gonna leave?
Stairs?
Is there stairs that lead away from this floor to the 46?
No, not the
No,
first. It's
it's
elevator
totally
only.
isolated.
Yeah.
But the elevator shaft might have a ladder.
That sounds reasonable, yeah. Because it would be against fire code to not have escape access.
Bury the elevator cart down the shaft, and then we can like rappel down after it.
Yeah, just fully send this multiple ton block hurtling toward the earth.
Okay, don't forget to cut the brakes, otherwise the elevator stops halfway through.
Well, I will say the elevator that goes from the 46th to the 47th goes to the 46th to the 47th. So
Oh, okay.
So it's
So,
not like a whole shaft, right?
Gotcha.
okay, so that actually wouldn't even do anything. You just climb out the hatch on top.
Yeah,
Oh.
essentially.
Well, one thing at a time. Let's get this bad boy open first.
Yeah.
Come on. Open.
I'm hacking. I'm
Yeah.
hacking.
All right, roll
Wrist cramp. Ah!
for hacker.
One.
Yeah, you get in. So you break the second seal on it. So now there is only one seal left, and it requires the security code or the biometric deal.
Handprint.
Yeah, the handprint.
Okay. Let me take you on a walk. Follow me with this one.
Okay.
So my guy can like sense honey, like smell honey,
uh-huh.
detect it. I imagine these bears, especially because they're so greedy, when they eat honey, they're just like mucking it with their fingies.
Uh-huh.
And then I imagine they like eat, and then he like presses the code. Can I smell and try and ascertain which buttons he's pressed with his?
The scientists probably regularly. You know what? Okay. Yes. To access the security key, I'll say that the scientists handle honey so often because
Sure,
they made
yeah.
this mega super honey, right? So they handle this honey so often that the buttons that the scientist lady presses to get the code, right?
Dude, it's got honey particles, bro.
And you can try to smell them. I will so allow that. So that
Okay.
is super bear and super advantage because you have the sense honey. All right, do you want to get less than 3? Or
Don't
3
be
or
a
more?
coward. Lick the keypad.
You got it. You got it. You got it. So you sniff it, right, and it's like I can't think of a proper example, but there are video games where you like go into sense mode and you can like see the glow. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, fucking
Like
like
Assassin's
Batman.
Creed.
Yeah.
Evil
Vision.
Vision and Assassin's
Red Dead
Creed,
Redemption.
yeah.
You can do that.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So you go into
Sense vision.
honey sense mode, and you can see the little particles drifting
It's like
off
trailing
of
off,
the
yeah.
buttons. So you press them in the order, right? And because you got a 3, you're like, oh, I can't tell if it's a 4 or a 5, and you like hit 4. That was it. So a security code boop, 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 goes across the screen. It's like a fucking 9-digit code or something like that.
Nice.
This is the code that will alert the authorities in 10 minutes, but you already started the countdown, so it doesn't matter, right? Or is it vice versa? I think it's vice versa. I think the code is actually what you need.
Yeah.
So you totally do that. And the vault unlocks with a blast of cold air and the mist, you know?
Yeah.
So who wants to go in the vault?
I blacked out what happened.
That is the most awesome use of the sense honey I've ever heard of, and I absolutely loved it. I've played this game a million times, and no one's ever did something like that. That was cool as fuck. Okay. All right, so now what?
Grizzly, you got the cooler, right?
And I'm a polar bear. It's super. I'm assuming it's super cold in here.
It is
'cause-
cold, yeah.
yeah.
It's So you open the door, it's stark, like, white room. It's cold. They're like blasting liquid nitrogen in the room, right? So you have to like cover your face when you go in. But in a glass container is this I can't even think of like what kind of container it would be in. What
Is
kind
it
of
like the Resident Evil Z Riders?
Yeah, I'm
where you
thinking
have
like the big
pull
metal
thing-
one.
Oh yeah, that's what it is. It's a canister.
Like it's uranium.
Yes!
dude,
It
it
has a
emerges
twist.
from a cloud of.
Yes, yes, that's exactly
Hot
what
ice.
it is. You have
Yeah.
to twist the top of it and pull it out. And it's
Oh
this
yeah.
golden canister emerges, and it's like a gallon of fucking honey, right?
Nice.
So
Dude,
it's a
describe
lot.
the click when you turn it
Yes,
too. How
yes,
satisfying is
Yes,
that?
and it slides out. The mist sort of floats out from it, right? The liquid nitrogen, and yeah, you have the liquid gold in your possession.
My
With
God.
this, I will be able to save my Serbian princess.
Yes.
You throw it in your Yogi Bear cooler, and it's a picnic basket. You throw it in a cooler. Now what?
All right. Now we
Alright,
do.
time to go home, fellas.
Yeah. Easy part's done.
Okay.
Are there any canisters of liquid nitrogen exposed?
You could access it if you wanted to. Poor K, for what? What's your idea? Walk me.
I mean, character build unhinged, pouring liquid nitrogen on someone just in case he has to.
Sure,
I mean, I don't know.
you can grab like a little, because it's like a liquid, right? So I imagine there's like a pressurized canister of it, like in a thing that sort of turns it into air, you know? Like
Bro,
like
you should throw it at
like
someone.
a CO2 cartridge. You can like
Yeah.
insert it.
Yeah.
You know, you never know when any of those things might be useful.
Cool. Honestly, roll for criminal, and I can give you you can jerry rig a fucking gun, like a liquid nitrogen water gun.
Like sprayer.
Yeah.
Yeah, or even like freezing a lock too.
Yeah, you totally do that. So you like whip up, pull some duct. We cut to you, and you're like got some duct tape, and you know you're like jerry rigging, fucking liquid nitrogen cannon.
Yeah.
Cool.
Awesome.
Dude, did you bring a 3D printer?
It's the bag of crap, I tell you. It's always useful.
No, I imagine it's more like the build system from Fallout 4, where it's just like you just hear noise of tools and duct tape, and suddenly it's like a fucking bazooka.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, now what?
We start by getting down to 46.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably like gonna be what happened when we got up here, right? Like a bunch of people shooting at us.
Oh.
I hope so.
Maybe.
All
Well,
right.
it's the only way down, so. Into the elevator we go.
All right, into the elevator you go. You go down to the 46th floor. The door's open. And standing in front of the door
Oh, shit.
is a small black bear in a red suit carrying a revolver, like a gold. Oh no, he's got the gold one. What is it? The Desert Eagle. Yeah! Yeah! He's got the fucking Desert Eagle, right? So he's holding the fucking Desert Eagle in his hand, and Stikowski, his big fucking burly dude, he's standing there too, and there's like 5 other goons in this room, and Stikowski has not Glazman, the doctor, Dr. Ursowitz, slung over his shoulder. And when the door opens, you see Berislav, and he says, you just did all of the work for me! And we're gonna take a break real quick.
Oh, this is a classic J move.
Okay, alright, I'll see you guys in a second. Let's see, where is my break screen? Combat. Huh. Where's like my... That's not it. That's not it either. Oh, here it is. I found it. We are back. Oops. All right, we're back. So, yeah, like I said, the door opens, and standing there is Barislav and like 5 goons, and Stikhovsky, his like big boss muscle, right? And the last thing he said is like, "Oh, so you guys did all the hard work for me. Hand over the liquid gold," basically is what he says.
Isn't there a name for that? Like, this is page 1 of the J playbook. You get all the way fucking in there, then they just fuck you right at the end.
Yep. All right, so what do you do?
Yeah, it looks like our hands are kind of tied here, gang.
If nobody else is going to do anything, Calamity has a plan.
Okay.
Which involves him throwing himself on top of the cooler and into his bag of crap, pulling out a detonator. You better stay the fuck away from us.
Okay. So here's what happens. So you jump on the cooler, pull out the detonator, you open up your coat, there's 6 grenades, right? And you got your finger on the detonator, right? And everybody freezes for a minute, right? And Barislav pulls out of his coat a detonator.
What?
Right? And he elbows Barislav, who's holding the woman, by the way. And Barislav pulls out a little phone screen, and you can see on the phone screen, like CCTV, right? All of the hostages are tied and have bombs strapped to them. And he says, good Mexican standoff.
Oh, I like yours better.
So, what do we do now?
Come on, I bought you guys some time. Talkie, let's go.
He said, Barislav will say, I think you will be our escorts to the roof for our getaway.
I mean, fair enough. I kind of assumed you were just going to shoot us.
We have not been properly introduced. My name is Nikolay Barislav. I have a bit of, love for theatrics. And the goons are like,
Well, to the roof then. We can do that.
okay, the goons will carefully step towards Calamity. Calamity,
Hold on to the cooler tighter.
Do you go easy? Like, okay, but they're trying to get it from you. What do you do?
I mean, if they want to carry the cooler with me on top of it, but
Well,
Make the exchange
On
on
the
the
roof?
roof. On the roof.
That's fine. He'll agree. He says, that sounds like an excellent idea. All right, so you guys, he said, let's take the stairs. So you guys all there's guards behind you and Stikhovsky's behind you. Oh, he throws the woman down. They don't need her anymore. So the doctor's on the floor of floor 46, and you guys start taking the stairs up to the roof. So, walking up the stairs, Stikhovsky's behind you. He has a gun. Barislav's dancing up the stairs, right? Like, I win. And he's carrying the detonator in his hand, right? He drops it one time. He's like, fuck! And then grabs it. He's fucking... So, you guys make it up to the roof. You're getting pushed, right? Onto the, with the guns up onto the roof. We're on the roof. And without revealing his plan on how he's going to escape, he says, now, how about a fair exchange? And he will offer the detonator to you guys in exchange for the cooler.
Is Calamity, is your thing the wild card? What's your
The
archetype?
he's
Carnage.
crazy.
Yeah.
Carnage and crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, go ahead.
Yeah, fuck it. Why not? Can I just claw at the liquid nitrogen thing
Okay, and just start a fight, really? Like,
and just have it be essentially a giant smoke bomb
Uh-huh.
that covers us and just bum rush the big guy,
Yes.
like try and push him down the stairs?
Yes. All right, so you can just do that, right? So there's like this moment of tension, right? And it is broken by Rutherford saying, "Fuck it," and hitting the liquid nitrogen. It like detonates into a big cloud of smoke, right? And you guys immediately all bum rush. We get the scene from the outside where there's fire, like guns fired, but we just see the flashes of light in the fog, right?
Nice.
And then you guys start like going at it. So Stikhovsky is the big guy. Barislav is the guy with the and then there's like a bunch of goons. So yeah, the Desert Eagle. So how do you guys want to like thematically? So I say Rutherford, you're going for Stikhovsky. Is that what I understood? Yeah. Okay. So what about the rest of you? Like, how are you going to handle this? There's like 5 goons, Stikhovsky and Barislav.
I know exactly what I would do as the brains.
Uh-huh.
And I feel like this is like a flashback thing where we're like prepping about what to take. And we're like, we know the schematics of what the Super Honey looks like.
Uh-huh.
And we have like a replica of it, like the
Okay.
replica of the Fabergé egg.
Okay.
And in the chaos of all this, F-Dub would go into the cooler and make the switch.
Oh,
But
shit.
The audience doesn't see that part. They just see the
Yes,
chaos.
yes.
And then at the end of the movie, that's what F-Dub was doing.
Okay. Roll for criminal, but yes, I like it. The audience doesn't see it yet. So nobody knows, right?
Yes. Oh, come
That's
on, be
really
good.
good.
Shit.
Oh.
Shit. Oh, damn it. That would have been so cool.
That is really cool. So you try. Okay, so here's what happens. You pull out the replica and you dive towards it, and a foot goes on top of it, and Barislav, the main guy with the Desert Eagle, has it pointed at, like, touching your cheek, right? Pushing your cheek in as he's like, that's mine. And that's like a thing that's happening in the scene, right? Rutherford is fighting with Stikhovsky. Grizzle and Calamity, what are you guys doing?
So this whole area is like white smoke,
Sure.
but Grizzle, being the polar bear he is, probably has, lived through a snowstorm and a whiteout or two, and probably can get a good sense of what's
Sure.
happening.
Yeah.
And seeing what was it?
Barislav and Stikhovsky
Barislav is the one that's over
in the red suit. Yeah.
F-Dub?
Yes.
Who's over F-Dub?
Yeah, Barislav. He's the main guy, yeah.
All right. I'm going to just get in all fours and just bear rush him and try to knock him on the ground.
Okay.
And help F-Dub
Yes.
brains.
Okay, I like it. Calamity, where are you at? What are you doing?
I mean, everyone's going after the main guy, so trying to control the other muscle. What does he do?
So Rutherford is fighting the big polar bear guy. His name's
Okay.
Stikhovsky. He's the muscle. Barislav is the German. What's the German guy from Die Hard?
Alan Rickman's
Hans
character.
Gruber.
Gruber.
Hans
Yeah, he's
Gruber.
Gruber, right?
I thought there was more muscle, or is it just the two?
There's just the 2 main characters that are named, and then there's
All right. Then
minions.
Calamity
There's
is going-
5 minions.
And Calamity is going for the other detonator.
Okay. So you all gang up on Barislav. Okay. So let's play this out real quick. So Rutherford, you tackle Stikhovsky, right? And we get into this, like, you knock the gun out of his hand, right? It slides across the roof and, like, lands right on the edge, right? Like how it always does. And he looks over towards the gun, looks over towards you, starts running towards the gun. You guys start fighting. So I want you to roll for bear. Okay, that is successful, and I want you to move closer to bear, because you're like in a primal rage right now. Like you're tapping into the bear thing. So he runs towards the gun like he's about to grab it. What do you do?
I grab the gun and just start chewing the back of it. And now the hammer can't
Yes.
like, hit the
So you grab the
thing.
gun and bite a chunk out of it, and then toss it over the edge of the roof, right? So his next thing is he's like, okay, fuck you, and he's gonna run to the edge and try to push you off, right? So I want you to roll for bear again.
All right. Nope.
So I'll get back to you. Calamity, F-Dub, and Grizzle. So Barislav has the gun to F-Dub's face, right? Like in his face, the Desert Eagle, right in his face. And suddenly Grizzle jumps out of the woodworks and tackles him, right? So he rolls off. Calamity, you immediately grip into his jacket and pull the detonator out. So you actually, I want both of you to roll for bear.
Bear. I fail.
Ooh, 1.
Okay, so you do it. Okay, so I want you, Will, to move back into neutral position.
Okay. Cool.
So here's what happens. You try to tackle him. He dodges out of the way, but it pulls the gun away from F-Dub and fires, right? Because he's like on accident, right? So he fires it, right? And Grizzle, it hits you in the chest, like real good. Like he didn't mean to shoot at you, but it hits you, right? Calamity, you do manage to tackle him and grab the detonator. What do you want to do with it?
Well, the initial plan was to scuttle on his way back to the cooler, stand on top. Is like, now I have both. Which one's which?
Oh no!
Because they're both the same
detonator. I love it. Yes. Okay, so that happens. And then, I think Barislav, he's like, so Grizzle, you go down. You know, like you're not dead right yet, but you're down, right? And Barislav gets up angrily and cocks his gun. He's like, fuck this. And he aims it towards Calamity. And then all of you see Rutherford get pushed off the roof.
Oh, fuck.
Ooh.
All right. So now Calamity's standing on the cooler with 2 detonators. Right? Which is hilarious because one of them blows himself up. He's on the cooler with the thing. Barislav has a gun pointed at Calamity. Grizzle just got hit, so you're like wounded, but you're like alive, you know, like you might, if you need a medical attention immediately, but you got that adrenaline, so you can keep going. But you're like knocked out for right now, like on the ground. And then F-Dub, you're like kind of scared a little, I guess. Like I can't speak for your character, but all of you see that. What would you like to do now? What changes? What changes?
I also would just like to slip in a little scene as like,
Oh no, lost him.
Oh, Chris, you froze.
Oh no, I want to know about his scene.
Chris! Oh,
Oh, there he is. He's back. He's back.
so oh, it's like really zoomed in now. Okay, whatever. So as Grizzle like tackles him and Calamity is like wrestling the detonator, there is a scene where F-Dub has both of the canisters, and just like Calamity's like, I have both.
Oh fuck,
like,
which one?
Yeah, and
Shit.
he stuffs one of them.
I like the ambiguity.
the cooler.
All right, so you do make the switch. What do you think? You're not sure.
The audience doesn't know.
The audience doesn't know. All right, that's cool. I like it. So there you go. So now, do any of you like? Now we're back at a standoff a little bit. So what happens now? Rutherford, I will get back to you because something does happen to you. But what about the rest of you? Like, what situation changes? Right? We're talking split seconds here.
I'm gonna grab F-Dub by like his bare collar or like just like the scruff. I'm just gonna be like, if I don't make it, save my Serbian girlfriend.
What?
She's dying.
What's her username, brother?
Princess 234.
What? 234?
The worst time.
You know her?
Wait a second.
He's like, just die then. Oh god. Okay. No, but seriously, come on.
Yeah,
That's good.
I
Though.
will.
Worth it. But just let's do the next thing.
Oh man, I will roll onto my belly and start trying to crawl towards where Rutherford
Yes.
was pushed off.
Yes. All right. Calamity.
I
You're in
mean-
a standstill.
I don't know.
We're talking split seconds because he can just shoot you.
Yeah. Split seconds?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys. Click.
Fucking
Okay.
maniac.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Both of them?
Yes.
You killed all the hostages too?
All right.
Well,
So,
here's the thing.
yes. Okay. Talk to me.
We flash back
Yes.
God.
as he's dressing himself up, putting on like, I don't know, like a trench coat or something.
Sure,
you know,
sure.
he's getting all his shit ready, getting the detonator ready, hooking on the grenades. He reaches up and they're toys.
They're fake. Okay.
They're
so
fake.
so one of them is a fake. Okay.
But one of them isn't.
Well, one of them isn't. So what I want you to do. No, you know what? Here's what happens. You're like, sorry guys, and click, right? Nothing happens
From either of them.
from either of them. They were both bluffing. and he's like, you bastard, and he shoots you too.
Oh.
So you get shot too, right? We cut to Grizzle. You start crawling, but you get enough strength to get on your feet. You're walking towards the edge, and you see Stikowski. So we're gonna cut from that scene back over to where Stikowski is. How do you want to handle Stikowski, right? Because he sees you coming. Like he's gonna grab your ass and throw you off the roof too.
Well, the reason I was actually crawling to the edge by where Rutherford was is because I'm going to pull out my phone and push a button and look over the edge and see if the window washer unit starts wheeling upwards.
So no shit. You see Stikowski sort of in the way, right? And he sees you coming, and you like walk over there and you press a button in front of him, right? And he's like, the fuck was that? Right? And he's gonna go and fucking grab you, right? But as he grabs you, we cut to Rutherford. As Rutherford, you have fallen off the edge, but caught onto something, the fire hose that is off to the side, right? And you have managed to grab onto the fire hose that's hanging off the edge as the window unit thing rises up and catches underneath your feet and brings you up to the edge. And now you can see,
Dude, nice.
you can see Stikowski's got Grizzle by the collar, and it's just right in his face, right in his face, right? Because he's fucked up with the bullet, right? But he does not see you coming.
And so as this like window washer unit just painfully slowly rises,
Grizzle's getting the snot kicked out of him.
he keeps trying to tie a lasso with the fire hose and messing up his thing, and then he just like whips it around and tries to loop the I can't fucking pronounce that name.
The bear.
Loop him back and just pull him down and back like off the roof.
Yes. All right, roll for bear.
Oh my goodness.
Good Lord. All right, so it's all fail forward. So you go to lasso him, and you do grab him, right? So you have him like caught, but you try to pull it, and it's pulling a brick wall, right? And he feels it, and he lets Grizzle go. So Grizzle, you are fucking beat to shit, right? Like still able to make decisions and stuff, but like you're fucking beat up, right? Big swollen black eye and blood coming out of your mouth. And he says, I thought I already killed you. And he's gonna walk over to the edge and try to fuck you up. I'll cut back to you guys. You guys kind of work out something. Calamity, you just got shot. So you are also out for a second. F-Dub, you made the switch. You see that Barislav, Hans Gruber, is distracted with Calamity, right? And he's walking over to, like, he's standing near the cooler. You're off to the side a little bit. Because I imagine you made the switch and, like, backed up a little. Because there was, like, a bomb about to go off, so you probably dived, right? So what do you do?
He would yell out, which one is approaching Calamity? Bernstein?
Barislav.
Barislav. having not been very bearish all heist, F-Dub will yell out, "Hey, Barislav, catch this!" And he'll throw the the honey. You don't know if it's the real or the fake. He'll throw it to them.
Yeah.
And as he like goes to catch it or whatever, F-Dub's gonna charge him and try and like tackle him.
Okay.
Bear style.
Yes, make a roll for bear.
No. Natural 6.
Good lord. And what's your skill? Honey sense?
Yeah.
Oh, you have honey sense. So you do know which one's the real honey.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, all right.
But the audience doesn't know yet.
Right. So you try to tackle him, right? And he just steps out of the way because you're like a little nerd, right? So he just steps out of the way and you fucking fall to your face. And he will slowly start approaching you with the gun. And he starts doing some kind of monologue like, "And you thought you could beat me? You're weak. Look at your team, defeated by me, the Nikolay Barislav. You remember that, blah, blah, blah." He's doing his speech. Calamity, you come to consciousness. And I'm laying you guys up. Just fucking finish these guys.
Someone get one roll here.
Oh man. So earlier when they did the fucking smoke screen liquid nitrogen, like Rutherford popped a canister. Was that the canister on my fucking gun thing, or was that like a secondary? Could we say that was like a...
Yeah, sure. You brought ammo.
secondary?
You can have another liquid nitrogen if you want.
Because what I want to do is load one of these fake rubber grenades into it and right into the side of his head.
Okay, deal. What I do want you to do is move your bear back, because you were just like kicking ass and got shot and stuff. So you're like, yeah, I want you to move back. And you had a cutscene a second ago with the grenades, so you move back. Go ahead and roll for criminal.
No, okay. Don't think of anything that helped this, so come on.
I mean, this is carnage out the fucking wazoo, if you ask me. But yes, you succeed as you fire this rubber grenade at his fucking head. He's so enveloped in his winning speech that he like loses, like doesn't. He forgets what's going on, right? He gets hit in the head. He trips as he's falling backwards, right? And he's close enough to the edge where most of his body lands on the roof, but then he flips off. And Barislav, we get the scene where we cut around the side and he's falling. Right? Hans Gruber style. And then he falls off the roof. And he says some fucking shit like, "Fuck you," you know, or whatever.
Something cool.
Something cool as he falls down. Okay, where did we leave Grizzle and Rutherford? He's coming for Rutherford this time. Right, and you're on the lift. Okay, so what do you do? Grizzle's fucked. So Rutherford, you have one chance. What do you want to do?
Grab the emergency parachute they have up here in case people are stranded. Grab it, just tackle this big guy, and we both go off. And I just try to separate us midair and pull the parachute.
Yes. All right. So roll for. Ooh, this is tough. You can do either. I'll say either bear or criminal. I think it involves a little bit of both. So whichever one you choose.
Yeah, I'll just do bear because numbers.
Oops,
Thank God we did.
all right.
Thank God.
So you tackle him, right? Fight a little bit of fighting. You get knocked in the face, right? Lose a tooth. He gets knocked in the face. You guys, you manage to roll off the edge of the building into the basket, right? And as you're fighting back and forth, you get him on the ropes, right? And you say something like dramatic, you know, and you punch him in the face, and you both topple over the edge, right? And as you're both falling through the air, he's like fucking holding on to you really tight. How do you like separate the two? Because he's cursing at you in Russian, Like, I'm going to take you with me, you son of a bitch.
I mean, I'm a panda. I do what I do best, and I just start chewing through his arm like it's bamboo.
Yeah, you just grab. He's like, that's no fair. As he falls to his death, you parachute, right? And it's a parasail,
Yeah.
right?
Oh,
So
like a glider,
you
yeah.
fucking parasail to the drop point, right? So you're out of the game. Grizzle, you come to consciousness enough to like see that F-Dub and Calamity, everybody's fucked up, right? But like we're okay enough. The bad guys are gone. So, what do we do now?
Aim for the bushes.
You think what I'm thinking? There goes my hero.
I say we take the window washer that goes down like painfully
Well, how about
slow.
this? Since you guys organized having the window washer there, and there just so happened to have been a parachute, why don't you just have put parachutes in there, right? And you all can parasail down.
Yeah, yes, bro, that's sick. Just all the boys.
All the
doing
boys,
this.
yes! Yeah! All right, so you grab your parachutes, put them on. You know, Calamity's bloody, Grizzle's all fucked up in the face. You guys put on your parachutes, and you jump off, and they open up mid-flight, right? And we get the shot of like the moon, right, and the cityscape, and then just you guys as silhouettes with the parachutes, right? We fade to black. And we fade back in, and it's playing Hawaiian music, and you guys are on a beach in Costa Rica, right? Like at a beach house at the barbecue at the end, you know, and drinking Coronas and shit. And yeah, I mean, whatever. How does this resolve? Like, wrap it up for me, boys.
$8 million purse, Grizzle, and you're still checking the bill? Come on, live a little.
I'm actually on my phone texting Princess 532 this time. Like, don't be mad at me that we were dating the same girl.
Okay. Anything else anybody wants to do before
You
we
guys sold your share of the honey, as he's just like ever so delicately like brushing it on a bamboo stick to use as little as
I
possible.
gotcha. Okay.
What's Calamity doing?
Yeah, how's Calamity?
It cuts to him back in his house with about 57 kids. all
No,
running
I
around
imagine
him.
you're at the dinner, but the kids are like running amok of the place, right? Have you ever seen Hotel Transylvania? You know how he's got all those little dog kids? That's what's happening is they're like raising hell in the restaurant.
Thank God kids eat free here. I mean, babysitting is just crazy.
Two of his baby mamas get to the fight in the parking lot.
And like the 7 rest of them all are watching.
I want to retcon something.
Yeah.
I'm not texting on my phone. I'm on my laptop, World of Warhammering with Princess 532.
You got the
I'm
setup.
in a raid.
Yeah. I will go in, at which point I will cast Intimidating Shout.
Oh, it's amazing. Okay, so you guys got your share of the take from the score. You made it out, and I don't have like a fun written write-up. You completed the heist. Good job, everybody. And
Hell yeah.
that was
Hell yeah.
that was Honey Heist.
All right, that was pretty fun.
Yeah.
I can see the allure of one shots. We had some laughs along the way.
Yeah, and that one's easy. You just learned it
Yeah.
right then. And like everybody got to my favorite aspect of the system. I think Eric used it the best out of everybody that I've ever played with. Is like we go back and that is what actually happened, and then you cut
Yeah.
forward in time. Those back in time things are fucking sick, right? Like
Such a heist movie too.
Yes.
right?
It
Like,
is absolutely.
yeah, it's
like,
formatted that way. Like that's the way the
Yeah.
game is formatted, and I love that. That's such a great idea for the way to play a game.
when Grizzly got shot, I was contemplating opening the super honey and pouring it in like the bullet hole to like waste the honey, but to save my friend.
I was thinking it might have been if Rutherford was gonna fail again, he was probably gonna die. Just because like the old guy.
Yeah.
Like I was
Dude,
like,
he was 1 day away from retirement too.
Right, exactly. And I was kind of thinking like, a sacrifice wouldn't be the worst thing. But yeah, all right, guys, that was Honey Heist.
That was fun.
Yeah, I told you
Yeah,
it wasn't so bad, man.
I
That's
liked
my
it.
first time playing with you guys too.
It was good that we didn't have to like really make characters. That makes it much easier.
Yeah, oh yeah. That's why I do it at conventions, and I do it with like people who've never played RPGs too, because making a character is like such a pain in the ass. So you just roll some random stuff, and like that's your guy.
Is there a lot of dead air when you play with other groups though? Like you really have to be good with like improv and like.
No, yeah. Well, so for me, it's really easy to just create new problems. Right.
Sure.
The worst part about like the way my brain works is like I would work really well on a writing team because I can set up some shit, but I cannot resolve it. I suck so fucking bad at resolving stuff, which is great that I have a D&D party. Yeah, that's why I like really thrive in D&D because you guys have to figure it out. I don't. I just have to set it up. I'm like Game of Thrones season 8, right? Like I can set up the coolest shit ever, but I have no idea how to solve it.
Bro, too soon.
Right.
bad.
So that's kind of where I'm at. So it's easy as fuck for me to just be like, okay, well you fail forward, like every time, fail forward, or like even if you're successful, here's another obstacle, right? Like just keep going. It's really easy.
That's why I like playing with Brendan, because he always like puts the pieces together for us, so we don't have to really think about it too. Like the problem is solved for us. So we just add the fun and the flavor along the way.
There you go. All right, guys. Well, that was that.
All right.
Let me
Cheers, guys.
let me sign off real quick from the stream. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you next week on The Descent. But thank you for watching our Honey Heist. We had a lot of fun. Stay sharp. Farewell, adventurers.
Farewell,
Farewell, adventure bears.
Nice.
Bears.
Got him.